If I do this enough, I'll eventually change the camera angle. And my hand will go through the wall. There we go. What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome back to Resident Evil Remake. Last time, we changed Rebecca's fate, for better or for worse, depending on what you chose. And in this episode, we're going to explore the dark, desolate underground. We've got plenty to do down here, and hopefully it won't take too long, because honestly, I don't want to be down here. There's a large boulder that blocks the way, and there are bloodstains underneath the boulder. Must be a member from Alpha Team, because nobody cares about them, especially my team. Alright. So, really the only reason the underground is here is for one item and one item only. That's the only thing we need to progress. Everything else, not needed. Just need that one solitary item to make things go oh so smoothly. But there's a lot of ammo down here and a lot of healing items, so if you want to pick up some of this extra miscellaneous stuff, feel free, because I'm not going to be doing it that much. All I have is my handgun, because that's all I need for the time being. There is something else I will need, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Hopefully we should find somebody down here. I mean, for being such a dark and desolate underground, you'd think there'd be another person down here. At least to, lighten the mood. Maybe there's somebody over here.
Enrico! Don't come any closer, Chris. What happened? Double crosser. Enrico, wait. Enrico! Umbrella. Enrico! Double crosser?
Enrico, no, you had so much to live for. No, why did you have to die? Why did you have to say the name of Umbrella before you died? It's almost as if you were giving a hint to the plot of this game. You silly fool, that's why you got shot. You tried to figure out the plot of Resident Evil. But hey, you had a crank. And we really need this, because the crank that we have, we don't need it anymore. This is the crank we need for the rest of the game. And by rest of the game, I mean just for the underground. Excellent. Thank you, Enrico. You had one purpose in life. To die and to give me the crank, which is 2. I can't count today. Oh, and by the way, there's hunters down here now. Yes, the hunters have followed you from the mansion to the underground. In places where there's special things that happen later, they won't show up, like this room in particular. But every other room, they're going to be there, so be very, very careful. You don't want to die down here. This is a really simple segment, and dying down here is just kind of annoying. There's a couple up here, but believe it or not, they won't get you if you keep moving. They're a little, let's just say they don't have the best battle tactics, hunters. They just jump all over the place, and you can just go underneath them. It's so simple. And it also helps if you play this game as many times as I do and recognize their attack patterns. I hate to say it, but I play this game way too much. And by all the bonus episodes you're going to be seeing after this LP, you'll know how many times I've played through it. Too many, that's what. Alright, so we have just used the new crank. There's going to be a couple more of these down here. And speaking of a couple more of these, there's a green herb that I really want. Fantabulous. And now we're going to go in here. And remember how I said that Jill gets a special weapon in the form of the grenade launcher? Chris gets a different weapon. This different weapon. Chris gets a flamethrower. Whoa! Oh, look at it. Oh, we're going to be burning some shit down here. I mean, I know it's just rocks, but you could burn other things. Maybe you could burn some hunters. A huge boulder. Just like the one before. Oh, no! Run! Okay. Yeah! Awesome. It's as if somebody saw this coming a mile away. Oh, yeah. If you run into anything on your way back to that safe haven there, you're probably going to get crushed. And it's actually the funniest thing you've ever seen when you just see, like, Chris get straight up flattened. Same goes with Jill. Just watching them be flattened, it's really, really funny. There's some shotgun shells for later, but I'm actually not going to use the shotgun. Because, spoiler alert, there's a boss fight coming up. Right in this room, actually. And, we got a brand new weapon, so let's, test it out on this boss. Let's see how well it can withstand fire. Ew, spiders, spiders, spiders. Whoa! Wow, he's attacking very ferociously. So this is Black Tiger, the giant spider. He does not like fire, and that's why I am attacking him with Flamethrower. Basic attacks, really, just attack him from a long distance if you have to. Eventually he'll die because fire does a lot of damage to enemies. The only problem is the Flamethrower doesn't have a lot of ammo, and I'm dying. This is bad. So, there he goes. Okay, as soon as the music stops, you know he's dead. And, oh, jeez, he did a lot of damage. See, look at that. Just to defeat this giant boss here, it took about 70% of our Flamethrower. Yeah, it runs on limited gas, and I think he's... Is that spider dead? Spider's dead. Cool. Alright, so there's one other use that the Flamethrower has, and a lot of people don't tend to use this, because in this room they give you a knife, but if you want, burn the webs off. Yeah, but be very careful. It runs out really quickly. Yeah, the Flamethrower is kind of a bad weapon in comparison to, like, Brad's shotgun, the grenade launcher, which you don't get in this campaign. It really kind of sucks, if you want me to be honest. I mean, it's good for this boss fight, especially since you don't really need to keep the Flamethrower down here, and I'll explain when we get to the point where we have to give up the Flamethrower. I'm sorry to say, the Flamethrower cannot stay with us because there's no ammo. That's the only reason we're not keeping it. I'm dead serious. It's just... It's a one-time use. You see the Flamethrower, you use it, nothing. Don't have to do anything else. So here's a map of the underground, just in case you need it, and the helpful people over at Capcom give you a blue herb, just in case you got poisoned by all those spiders. The 3 that we saw. And this is why... almighty power is so short-lived. The Flamethrower is gone, never to be used by us again. Except for one other time. Alright, so in here, there's one specific thing to do, and you want to make sure you bring the crank with you. I always thought there was something back here. Well, apparently not. And here's where we need to use the crank. Now, really, there is no reason to do this, except to waste time. So I'm going to check to see if there's actually anything here. Because you need to use the crank 3 times to spin this thing completely around. That is a waste of time. There's a giant boulder back here, but it won't trigger until you turn this thing 3 times. If you watch Jill's story, you already know this. But I just wanted to check to see, is there really nothing here? Does it really waste so much time for nothing? And it looks like it, yeah. It wasted all that time just for that. Oh, and this. Yep, the rock's coming, but you've got a little hidey hole here on the side. Believe it or not, if you try to go back, you'll get crushed. Yeah, this is... I want to say a beginner's trap, but there's a hole right there, so if you don't run for it, that's your own fault that you died. Healing item right there, but I don't want it, or else I'm going to run out of inventory if I pick that up. And by the way, we have a puzzle. Alright guys, so I decided to speed up this puzzle because this one takes a very long time at normal speed. All you have to do is push this statue over to the side and then use the crank to use the crank and move it out and eventually push it back to its place in the back of the room. To do that, you need to push it on this plate in the middle, which will turn it around. Why you couldn't do that in a real-life scenario? I don't know. But the game mechanics saith not, so we're going to have to play by its rules. You just gotta move it, and something funny is you can actually have Chris turn around, and he looks like he's having the time of his life, just going, whoa. So, there we go. As soon as you get the statue looking like the other one, whoa. See? He's got, like, the dumbest face on there. Then after you get that, you push it all the way back here, and the puzzle's solved. And you get the cylinder. Out we go. That puzzle takes forever. I really don't like it. It's... Honestly, I think the underground is the worst part of this game. I mean, I may say bad things about certain parts of the mansion. I may say things about parts later on. The underground just sucks. There's a lot of enemies down here. It takes a long time to do anything. There's insta-death traps. It's just not a pleasant place to be. I honestly do not like the underground. They also do a lot of things to waste your time. Like, say, for example, turning that rock trap 3 times. That's boring. Doing that statue puzzle, that takes a long time, and it's so boring. Speedrunners hate the underground because it just takes so long. It's a small section, don't get me wrong, but if speedrunners did not have to do this, they would be so much happier. Because I obviously speak for every speedrunner when I say the underground sucks. So now that I'm done bitching and running away from this hunter that got me twice, thank you, buddy, there's only one other way to use the flamethrower, and that's to open the other door, or else you're stuck with a hunter. So be sure to take it with you. Alright, now that we're back here, I'm going to readjust my items because we're actually done with the underground. I'm not kidding. We're already done. In fact, you don't even need the crank anymore. All gone. Don't need anything else. Might as well just get my shotgun and then we'll be ready to go. So I just wanted to get the handgun just to have something a little different, even though it didn't really do anything. So all you'll need is the cylinder. If you want to save, by all means do so. I don't even need the healing item. I'm just taking it just in case, because more often than not, stuff doesn't go my way. And when it doesn't go my way, I usually die. But I think I've played this game enough times to know that a lot of bullshit can happen, but it's easily avoidable. Like those hunters right there. So all of that work, all of that speed up, all those rock traps, were all for this. A shaft. Yes! So we combine the shaft with the cylinder, and we get the cylindrical shaft. Oh my god, it actually is called the cylinder shaft. Oh, look at that. You have to turn it. What do these numeric symbols mean? They couldn't be Roman numerals. That'd just be silly. 4 or IV 11. Okay, this gets over. It wasn't funny in the first place. That's the combination of buttons you need to press. 4, 2, 3, 1. 42 is 31. There. I used rhyming and possibly a Zelda hint. But that's it. That's all you had to do down here for the underground was get into this elevator. But, sad to say, we're not entirely done with the underground. There's one more section to do, and this section has the special item in it. Now that we are down here in probably one of the, I'm not gonna lie, the better looking areas, just because of all the water. I love the water effects in this game. It makes it feel like you're going through, like, I don't know if any of you have, but around my city we have kind of a mountain area that tourists like to go to, and it's got a lot of water flowing through the mountains. It's really pretty to look at. Do you hear that? A door opens somewhere. It's Lisa Trevor! Once again! Hello there, lady. You have to find our way through this maze here while Lisa's chasing us. Remember, Lisa does a lot of damage. My voice even cracked because she does so much damage. In hard mode, it's almost one hit will take you down an entire life. Like, whoa! Like, you'll be on fine, you'll get hit once, and you might go to yellow. If you're lucky. You'll go straight to orange other times. It's just, oh, she hurts so much. But I heard she hurts because she loves to kill you. Exactly what I was going for. So here we have a giant box. That's it. That is what we needed down here. We just needed the giant box. And all we have to do is transport it over to the elevator, and then we'll be on our merry way. We can go back through the underground, and we'll be done with the game. I really wish it was that easy. I really wish. Alright, is this far enough? Yes, it is. See, look at that camera angle. That just looks so cool. All that water just flowing down through the rocks. That just, it makes it look so cool. Alright, it finally landed. Now let's make it through Lisa's maze here. And I don't know what we'll do from there. Figure it out when we get there. Lisa, where are you? Oh, good, you're up here. Actually, I found a way to trigger her scene down here in the maze. Pretty much whichever direction you go through, like if you don't go through that first passageway to the right while going up through there, she won't be there. She'll show up in the other section. That's actually kind of clever, programming-wise, because you don't know where she is until you go down one of those pathways, and then, oh, all of a sudden she's there. She has to show up in one of those spaces, or else the game would crash, I think. She has to be there, so there's really no avoiding Lisa Trevor down there. And the only reason we push this box all the way down here, and look at that lovely water in the background, that looks so good. Whoever said GameCube graphics did not live up to expectations, I think they look great. All the GameCube haters out there. So, just like the companion cube from Portal, Chris Redfield must destroy his beloved crate. No, don't look. No, it's too terrible. Oh, do you hear it screams? Boxes don't scream. And neither does Chris, apparently. Another flamethrower! That's what I'm talking about! I really hope it survived the crushing of the crate. Let's see. Oh, swing and a miss. Well, the flamethrower is broken. And I think we're going to end it off here. Managed to get a lot done, especially in the underground. So, hey, next time on Resident Evil Remake, we're going to go through Lisa's maze one more time and collect our special item. We're almost done. See you guys next time.